I'm in my 40s, right? And wow, holy crap, I'm in my 40s. Shit. I'm late 40s now.
Got a
Don't look
couple
it
of
though,
months.
right? I'm the youngest man you
Yeah.
ever met. No, the one of the
You're
first
like the Outrunners in AEW. You're the youngest man alive.
yeah,
Is
the
that
youngest person in gaming possible. No, so uh I'm in my 40s. One of the first games that I never really wanted to play. And when I say never really wanted to play, it's because it was I think it was Commodore 64 or some Atari platform. And it just seemed like a weird game at the time. I was really into sort of multiplayer type stuff. But there was this game called Montezuma's Revenge that had released for, I don't know if it was arcade, but definitely was on a bunch of other stuff. And it seemed like this was like pre Nintendo being a thing, like platformers being a thing. Montezuma's Revenge was this, there's more exploration and kind of puzzly stuff. So I wasn't a big fan of it at that time. I think because we were playing it on Commodore 64 in like elementary school. I'm like, yeah, I don't like this. Give me Centipede, give me Galaga, give me whatever. Well, years later, I picked it up again. For some reason, I'm like, let me check this game out, and it has this really, I don't want to say it has its hooks in me yet, but because it doesn't. But Montezuma's Revenge is an interesting game because of what it tries to do. It's sort of for those that don't know, it's sort of this reverse tower. You're trying to head down and get out of this uh, this like I don't want to call it pyramid, but you're trying to get out of this temple, basically, right? So it's not about diarrhea, traveler's diarrhea, but you're trying to get out of this temple, so you
well,
have to
not
keep
directly.
making, yeah, not directly. So there is sort of this pre-Metroidvania aspect because you have to go to a bunch of different locations and kind of go back and forth and collect keys and open stuff. So that is interesting from that standpoint. The classic game actually has some interesting control, like decent controls to it, even by modern standards. And you can actually go out and buy like the classic game right now on a bunch of different platforms. I think Switch has it and PC. Uh, but for some reason, somebody out there thought, let's make a 40th anniversary edition of Montezuma's Revenge. Friends, this sucks. This game is not good. This
Oh boy.
version, the visual style is bad. Look at it. The visual style is bad. It's like this really bizarre 3D. Um, the controls are bad. Everything is very, not only is stuff like, I don't want to say it's floaty because it's not floaty, but putting it in this style, this aesthetic, makes the previous pixel perfect jumping, which was actually kind of important, like the pixel perfect move, like motion and movement and all that kind of stuff, makes it impossible. There is a point in this game, and I mentioned to JJ last week, where uh, you have to jump up on these platforms that sort of appear in order, and then you kind of go to it's right there, that last. So you kind of got to go left, right? So you're jumping up on these platforms, these wooden platforms, and then you can escape. Well, guess what? It is impossible to do it because it's so poorly designed. I'm jumping, and he will not. This you can select one of two characters, whatever, dude and a girl. I chose both, and neither of them function any
Panama
differently.
Joe.
Yeah, and just would not jump correctly. Like I'm hitting the button, this character is jumping above the platform, so they should land on it. No, it will not land on it, and I kept dying because if you jump too high or if you fall off of a short platform, you die. Like you die in every turn in this game. Thankfully, this version at least allows us to kind of keep replaying it as often as we want and not really worry about anything except for losing our score. But who cares? But it's just bad visual design. Like it really looks bad. I mean, I hate to say it. Like this is a poorly designed game. It's visually that part kills it. The audio design is not good. There's nothing that there's no charm from that original game. The original game actually feels like it has some eeriness to it, like you're actually sort of explore because they did a lot with 8 bits back then. This does not do it. This is just bad controls kill this for me. Thankfully, weirdly enough, I spent more time playing there is the original version built into this. I spent way more time playing that because I thought it felt a lot better, like just playing that original version.
Yeah, the OG is an Atari 800 game that got
Yeah.
ported to everything that
To
can
everything.
run.
So
Yeah.
it's good. I mean, the original version is fine. This is horrible. It's not avoid. It's impossible for me to say anything good about it. I know they wanted to try to bring back this game so that they could, relive history, but just should have left it and not tried to go this route because there are so many issues with this. It just does not function.
You needed to make just a hand-drawn 2D thing, man.
Yeah, man. There's no need for 3D. It looks like a lot of asset, like they're just pulling assets from places. And there's the skulls look bad, the diamonds look bad, the fire looks bad. Like you could at least tried. You could at least try to do something original, but it's like let me get it looks like it was made in a weekend. Like somebody grabbed the assets from like a humble bundle and said replace 8-bit fire with 3D rendered fire, and that was it. Like it just doesn't. It's just I cannot. Just stay away from it. Not even if you're a fan of collecting classic games. I don't like to review. I don't like to say bad things about games because there's always designers and people that are putting it together. But I can't say anything good about this.
And here's the thing too. A few years ago, the original developers of the game put out like a really good modern day port of this game on Steam that you can get for like $9, and it's actually
it's on Switch as well. I ended up buying it. Montezuma's Revenge, the 8-bit edition, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, and there's coming soon on Steam still is Montezuma's Revenge Director's Cut, which is an expanded version of the original game that's still it's coming. It's like this is
I think they're different developers.
They are. They are.
Yeah.
The ones that the one on Steam that came out in 2020, during the pandemic or something, is like the original developers re-releasing their own game. It's like we're gonna get it to modern audiences, and now there's now you have this thing.
Sure.
It's abomination.
This is just bad. Just don't.
Yeah, it doesn't pay respect to the original. I'm not a fan of Montezuma's Revenge at all.
I wasn't back then, but I have to replay.
Yeah, but if you're gonna be doing these types of, especially in the climate that we're in now, where there's a lot of this kind of thing existing, Atari has been reintroducing old, with the Recharged series or whatever, Neo Sprint and stuff like that, where it's
unique.
It's like we took the game and we made a cool Geometry Wars style version of Black Widow or something. That's cool. You just made what would have been an Xbox arcade indie game for it wouldn't even made it a storefront kind of thing. It's it's disrespectful to the original one.
It really, it's a great way to put it. It is
yeah.
disrespectful. Yeah.